Sorry, I'm just going to have to move my mic a sec. There we go. How are you all doing this morning? Sorry, I have to turn my phone off. It keeps buzzing at me. How are you all doing? I didn't know if it was worth doing a reaction stream today because we actually... Straight my camera. We had like no football yesterday. There we go. We obviously had an FA Cup final and we got some games today. And I like doing a Sunday morning stream to chat to you guys. So I got my Greg's coffee. Went out for a quick walk to Greg's, got a coffee. So yeah, I still thought I'd go live and shoot the shit about FPL. I'm just going to tweet if that's all right. Just going to tweet to say that we're live. Live now, reacting to 37. Yeah, we'll just say that. Live now, reacting to FPL Gameweek 37 so far. Nixie, I've got a story, bro. I've got a story about Conser for you. He's in my team. We'll just tweet in that we're live. And then I will share how I'm doing. Magic. We are currently, ladies and gentlemen, 14k overall. Come on. Triple Villa. Conser. What a legend, by the way. He's scored about 30 points when he's been on my bench in the last few game weeks. But I finally started him this week and he got the goal and the clean sheet. And we got Rodgers. Obviously got his assist. I'll take the assist. And then Ollie Watkins, my captain. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I'd have captained him all over again, to be honest. Assist for him, but there you go. Andy is a Villa fan, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. And he doesn't own a single Aston Villa player. I'm good, Reem Rye. I've just gone through how my team's doing, to be fair. I know you asked that before I did, though. Harry, good to see you, man. I hope you were teaching Year 9 on Friday, I think. So I hope that lesson went well. You're gonna have to teach them about XG and XA at some point. But yeah, what a friggin' legend Conser is, man. I had a good day. I've had a good weekend so far. I went hiking in Wales yesterday. It was quite nice to have a Saturday off making FPL videos because there was no Premier League football on. It was my first, probably my first Saturday off for, wow, I don't know, since the last international break. And we went hiking in Wales, which was good fun. I did the, what did I do? I did the Four Waterfalls walk, it was called, in the Brecon Beacons. It was very nice. It was very busy. I think everyone in the whole of the UK decided to go there at the same time as us, but it was very good. And yeah, I had a really lovely day yesterday. So it's been a good weekend so far. Yeah, Cucurella did bits as well. I'm quite pleased with, well, I don't have him in my team, but in previous weeks gone by, I recommended him as an option. I said, you know, Chelsea have got something to fight for till the end of the season. And I just think it doesn't really matter what manager they have. They are just quite a hard team to beat at home. So, yeah. What are we all wanting today then from FPL? So I've got Areola, I've got Guardiola, I've got Munoz. That's obviously not today. What's the fixtures today? Let's have a quick look. We'll go on the score predictions. So this is what I predicted. I predicted Villa to beat Spurs 3-1. Pretty close. I predicted Chelsea to beat Man United and keep a clean sheet. So today I've got Everton winning 2-0. These are my score predictions from the deadline stream. Forest winning against West Ham 2-1. I got a Brentford. All the next 3 games I predicted to all be 2-2. So we'll see on that one. Nice one, Andy. Yeah, every man and his dog out walking. Indeed, there were lots of dogs there as well. City don't look like scoring a goal. Never mind 3. No, that is fair enough. I think they turn it around though. I do like my 2-2s. I don't know, just with the nature of like the Premier League this season, I feel like 2-2 is a It just seems like a sensible prediction. Sorry, guys, just my phone is going absolutely mental. Got Conson, Martinez, Rogers, Mbumo captain. Love it, mate. Brentford to go insane. 2 goals for Mbumo, 2 goals for Wissa. Fair enough. I think they'll do well against Fulham. In fact, I put these score predictions together before I kind of realised that I think Fulham are going to be completely on the beach now. It looks like their manager is going to leave, I think. I wouldn't be surprised to see... what's his name? Marco Silva go to Saudi or something like that. So yeah. Saka is my captain. Love it. Watkins to finish the season off. Yeah, definitely. The next game is Man United, isn't it? So, sorry, Tom. I'm having a chat with Andy. I'm chatting with Andy. What do you mean? Oh man, Cucurella benching is savage, mate. How come you benched him? Who did you play instead? I would have, if you were on the deadline stream, mate, I'd have said to start Cucurella, I think, against Man United. Unless I didn't, and then I apologise. You on the non-red card? What from what game? I've got, like I said, I was out. I've been out. I've missed quite a lot of action this weekend. I can provide a live opinion about it. Yeah, Mr. Gallant. I'm a little bit... I'll just go back to my team, actually. I'm not showing it, am I? I'm a little bit nervous about Munoz and Sarr. Oh, where he handled the ball outside the box. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I'm going to watch it back. I'm going to watch it back. I saw that. It looked dubious. I'm gonna have a look. Oh my god, yeah. It's red card, isn't it? It's red card. Red card. He had an amazing game, but red card. Red card. No doubt about it. The problem, I've always said this about VAR. The problem isn't the technology. The problem is the human beings that use it. Technology doesn't really make errors. Human beings make errors. And that's what's happened in that scenario. They've not deployed it correctly. And human beings have ultimately had to make a decision on it. But I think it's a good decision for football that Palace won. But I think it should have been a red card. Thank you, Gary. That's very much appreciated, mate. You've joined as a member, though. You joined as a member right at the end of the season. I really appreciate your support, mate. But we've got 1 week left of content to go. I've got 4 or 5 video ideas to like blast out over the summer. But as you could probably imagine, uploads will slow down as the season finishes. Adam, I think 2 major factors that lost us the playoff semis, mate. One of them was the Rob Dickey red card in the first leg. That was an individual error on the player. People saying the referee got the decision wrong. I think the player should never have made the challenge for the red card. So that was number 1. And number 2, we didn't invest in our squad enough in January, particularly our defenders. And we were threadbare for that second leg. And you could tell the players played really well for like the first half an hour and then just tired out and killed off. They had half an hour of good football in them and then they were all too tired. Sheffield United are a very good team, don't get me wrong, but I think during the first 40 minutes of the first leg before the red card, we held our own in that one. I definitely think we held our own in it. I don't dislike Sheffield United at all, but I think from a non-biased opinion, it would be nice to have Sunderland for me back in the Premier League. I'm sorry if we've got any Blades fans in here, but for me it'd be nice to have Sunderland back in the Premier League. When I was growing up watching the Premier League, Sunderland were always part of it, and it feels, I don't know how you guys feel, but Sunderland to me feels like one of the 20 Premier League teams, if that makes sense. Nixie, we love it. You're in a lot of my streams, so it's no surprise we have the same team, I suppose. Great minds think alike and all that. I'm going to keep Munoz and play him last game, end of the season. Yeah, Munoz is great. I think he's one of the, unless he leaves, unless he goes to another club, which, I mean, I think Man United should really look at him, to be honest. That would be my opinion. But, yeah. If he stays at Palace, or wherever he goes, to be honest, as long as he goes to a decent team, I think he'll probably be the first name on my team sheet. Over last season's point, let's have a look. That's a good question. Let's have a look. Sorry, guys. Albert Adoma doing absolute bits last night. Love to see it. You must be a Bristol City fan, Adam, if you're calling him Uncle Albert. What was I looking at? My rank, wasn't I? I'm never afraid to show my rank history. It's certainly not the best by any stretch of the imagination. So last season, I was 73k overall and scored 2,501 points. This season, I'm currently 40. Yeah, I'll overtake it. I'm 2,489, and last season I had 2,501. In fact, I'm exactly the same as where I was last season, 2,489. That's funny, isn't it? Exactly the same points as 22-23. That's when I started FPL YouTube, and that was last season. That's the chips that I've used as well. Triple captained Haaland for a hat-trick in Gameweek 2. Wildcarded Gameweek 6. Assistant manager Gameweek 24, and it scored me 54 points. Absolutely mental. And then, yeah, those are the rest of my chips. I have a feeling Watkins will go to the Gunners. What do you guys think is... what do you guys think Watkins' price tag should be? How much would you pay? If you were a football club looking to buy Ollie Watkins, how much would you pay? Thank you, Nixie. Thank you very much. 70 mil. Yeah, I'd probably say he's about 70, isn't he? 60 to 70. He's not... The thing is, I really like him as a player. I think he's fantastic. But he's just not... He's not like an absolutely savage finisher. He's a really good all-round player. He's got a good hold-up game, good physicality, gets other players involved, puts in lots of effort. And I know he scored the mega goal against the Netherlands in the Euros. But I just don't think he's like an absolutely savage finisher. And I think that's what lets him down. He's not like Darwin Núñez level of missing, but he's not like an absolute sharpshooter, is he? He's not like a Chris Wood, for example. You think he's perfect for Arsenal? Fair enough. Interesting. Yeah, so we have a look how long's left on his contract. Are you happy? I'm very happy, mate. Even though my captain only got 10 points, I mean, I think his ownership will be like over 100%. Live FPL, let's have a look. Let's see what his ownership is around my rank. Because he is average. Yeah, I do think this is my opinion, Andy, but I think one thing, man, Arsenal were missing. They've got Zubamendi now, haven't they? I'm pretty sure. I was going to say they were missing like a really, really world-class holding midfielder, which I think Zubamendi could be. Because if you look historically over the last sort of 5 seasons, the best teams have the best centre defensive midfielder in the league. The league title winners have the best CDM in the league. So it's obviously been Rodri for like 3 in a row. And this year it was Gravenberch for Liverpool, who I don't think he's gotten a lot of credit this season, but I don't think he's quite gotten enough credit for how good he's been. I think Gravenberch has been one of Liverpool's best players alongside Van Dijk and Salah. And then I think if Arsenal sign Zubamendi, and I would agree with Insane Gamer, I think they need an absolute star to sign for them to play up front. And I think it's Gyökeres. I completely agree with Insane Gamer. I think Gyökeres is the man. I think he's the one that Arsenal should go for. It's just my opinion, though. But you think of the last time that Arsenal were really top winning all the trophies, they had Thierry Henry. That was like their absolute megastar. And I think Gyökeres, someone of the level of Gyökeres, because you talk about Osimhen, you talk about Watkins. I wouldn't put them in the same bracket. I personally think Osimhen is better than Watkins. But I think there's another level of like absolute world class strikers. And I think Gyökeres is up there. I think Gyökeres is right up there. I would also like to see Man United sign him, but I think Arsenal will probably get him. Tonali and Caicedo are way better than Gravenberch. Okay. Where's their league title, mate? I think Bruno Guimaraes is on the level with Gravenberch as well. I think Bruno Guimaraes is better than Tonali as well, to be honest. UCL Fantasy, you have 0 points. Well, this is FPL, mate. I was just going to look to see... So Watkins is 100% owned. And Bumo is 114% owned. What's Salah like? Oh, Salah's EO is 101%. So there are 3 players in my team with 100% ownership around my rank. Oh, God. So I really need a Salah blank. If Salah hauls, I'm in trouble. So I really need a Salah blank. Sharda is my big differential, which I'm quite optimistic about. I've also got Haaland in there. Surely Haaland plays in the next one. Surely he plays. I'm a little bit concerned about my Crystal Palace assets because after winning their first trophy, I think they're going to be partying, aren't they? So I'm a little bit concerned as to the hangovers that Ismail Assar and Munoz might have this morning. Oh, right, you've got 0 points because you haven't had anyone play. Well, that's fine. If no one's played in your team and you've got 0 points, it's not the end of the world. Oh, Sarah's Muslim. There you go. Well, that's even better. That's even better. Well done. Nice one, Roberto. Love to hear that, mate. Well done. What's the plan? What's the plan? What's the plan now, bro? Sold Consa for Cucurella. That is, yeah, Jemima. That is, that's roller coaster central. Well done. They must have scored the same points, right? What do you think of Marmoush's chances of starting? I know it's late to do anything. Early sub to save for the league, or Pep just fuming? Fair enough. My plan is job hunting and driving lessons. Love that, mate. Sounds good. Learning. I still look back on. Well, I guess I've got a few years on you, to be fair, Roberto. But I look back on the things I've done in my life, and it might sound quite sad. I don't know if anyone else feels the same. And look, people might be married or have children, to be fair. I've not done that yet. But the best achievement I've got in my life, the most memorable achievement I've done is passing my driving test. It's the number one thing that I've ever done because it just opens up complete freedom when you do it. You can go wherever you want, whenever you want, on your terms when you have a car and you can drive. I have no opinion FPL North. I mean, Pep is Pep, isn't he? I think Marmouche is done in FPL as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, I just wouldn't pick him again. I'd look to sell him. You just don't know if he's going to play. I think, well, it depends, Andy, if Liverpool sign Frimpong, which it certainly looks like they probably will do. And yeah, the Everton game's on at 12, isn't it? Do you think KDB starts? Sorry to hear that, Andy. Is there any way around it for you? Do you think KDB starts? Yeah, I think so, mate. Definitely. I think he plays every minute of the remaining games. The only reason he wouldn't start KDB, I think, is worrying about him getting injured. And if we're talking about the final 2 games of the season where he doesn't seem to be in, I just think he starts every game, mate. I wouldn't worry about KDB. I think he'd be fine. You know, from a selfish perspective, Pep doesn't have to preserve him now because he's leaving. So he can just play him, in my opinion. And if he, you know, if I was Pep, I'd be like, well, if he gets injured, he misses a game, which is, you know, which is the same impact if he got it. You know what I mean? It doesn't really mean much. That's my mindset anyway. I still love Michael Owen. What an interesting comment. We'll see. I don't think has Frimpong actually been here we go confirmed or there we landed yet? I don't think that's actually happened. I think there's like rumours, but I don't think it's official yet. I think Munoz would be almost equally as good as. Oh, he's been here we go, does he? See, I was hiking in Wales yesterday, so I've missed quite a lot of action from yesterday, to be honest. I feel a bit for Bradley, but he also didn't really take his chances, did he? Let's see. Let's go on Romano's tweets then. Mark Sykes baller. Yes, mate. Will Steele is coming back. Di Maria's left. Gyökeres doesn't know where he's going to be his next club. I think it's going to be Arsenal. It should be anyway. Interesting. Where do you think De Bruyne will go? Where do you guys think De Bruyne's going to go? 39 and 34. That's mental, isn't it? Go to Villa. Interesting. It's really, I tell you what, I know that red card was dubious, but it is really nice to see Palace win a trophy. Oh yeah, here we go then. There we go. First summer signing for Liverpool. That's massive, isn't it? That is massive. There's no one else really in the world that, other than maybe Munoz, but Munoz is definitely more of a, you can see I've been shopping for some streetwear. Other than Munoz really, who could have gone to Liverpool, I think. And Munoz is definitely more of a wing back. Yeah, it'd be interesting. Interesting. What do you think of Frimpong defensively? Does he offer all that much defensively? I don't know. You think he'll get Wirtz? Interesting. Where does Wirtz play then if you sign him? Paul, good to see you, man. I hope you're keeping well as well. Yeah, great start. You can see I've done pretty well. Frimpong defensively, statistically, is horrible. He is bad, but Slot can fix it. Interesting. Frimpong not a defender. Not better than Trent defensively. Yeah, interesting. Did Trent offer much defensively? No, but that's what I'm saying. I personally, I think Liverpool would have won the league this season without Trent, to be honest. Yeah. I've said this all along, Adam, but I think Arsenal have been a centre defensive midfielder and a striker away from winning the league. They needed to sign those two positions. They've got Zubamendi now. I think they need to go for someone like Gyökeres. We were just talking about that in the chat. I think if Arsenal make those signings, I'd tip them for the league. If not, probably Liverpool or Man City again. It's a three-way title race, isn't it? Let's be honest. None of the other clubs really reach that level. It's three ways between Liverpool, Arsenal, and Man City. And I think if Arsenal sign a striker now, they'll win it. And that striker stays fit, I think they'll win it. It baffles me, really. I'd be really annoyed if I was an Arsenal fan that my club hasn't bought a striker yet. Do you think Wrexham? No. I think people don't appreciate how difficult the Championship is and how big of a gulf there is between League One and the Championship. I'd argue that the gulf between League One and the Championship is as big as Championship to Premier League, if not bigger. I really do. So no, I don't think they will. And also, I don't think, if Wrexham are signing a player like, Kearney, I'm not sure he's going to get you promoted. I don't know. We'll see. I think Birmingham, they won't be. They'll just be sort of mid-table Championship, to be honest. That's my view. They're not a League One team at Birmingham, but they're also not a Prem team. And Bumo's captain. Nice one, Paul. Whoever buys Isak. Yeah, that's another one as well. Arsenal, I think, Isak is on a similar level, I suppose, to Gyökeres, isn't he? It's Isak or Gyökeres, I think, for Arsenal. Well, gee whiz, we had some interesting debate in the comments. So I didn't actually follow up on people's replies, but I think they're very valid. So I was saying that they're all going to be on the lash last night and be hungover and absolutely hammered. But quite a lot of the Crystal Palace players are religious. So I remember someone saying Sarr is Muslim, Eze is a devout Christian. He posts quite a lot about it. So I think these guys are probably not going to be going out on the lash, actually. So, yeah, I think they might be in good nick for that. There might be a little bit of a slump after winning the FA Cup, but I don't think they're going to be like on the beach hungover kind of thing. I think they'll do all right. Except for Henderson. Yeah, Henderson's going to be absolutely on it. But yeah, that's just my thoughts anyway. And I think people made some good observations there. Yeah, I really hope Haaland does something. I really hope he does. I made the move last week and I was full of regret because I captained him and he didn't do anything. But actually, I look at my team this week and I prefer him to Salah. After seeing what I've seen from the Liverpool squad, I'm quite happy to have Haaland in there. I'm quite happy to have him in there. I know what's just happened in the last two Man City games, right? I know. But I quite like the thought of having Haaland in my team as a differential. And I think the worst that could happen to me is my rank returns to where it was at the start of the week now. I don't think I'm going to get a massive red arrow from this squad. I think, worst case, I go back to like 30k overall, where I was before. Harry will be devastated indeed. Me leaving Brentley? Where did that come from? Me leaving Brentford. Harry will be devastated. At this point, I think City make it top 5, mate, personally. Took a -4 for Konsa. Knew he'd score. That's interesting. How many goals has he scored this season? 2. 2 goals in 32 games, and you predicted him. Well, up until that point, it was 1 goal in 31 games. And you predicted him to score against Tottenham. That's interesting. Maybe I will go for Havertz if there's a leak. Maybe. I prefer Evan Nilsson, to be honest. I prefer Evan Nilsson. I think all... We're going to have a look. Should we have a look at the league table? I think like all of the teams sort of in the mix can still do it. Hello from Macedonia. What an interesting country Macedonia is. I love that, mate. Here's the league table. Bloody hell. It's mental, isn't it? So Arsenal, I think, are safe. They're chat qualifying. All of the rest of the teams, I mean, it's just a complete mystery, isn't it? Any one of them could drop out or go in. Yellow, Roberto, I would just do Vardy to Evan Nilsson, I think. If you can afford it. Don't like the thought of that hit, because I think De Bruyne on the final week, given that Man City will have something to play for, I wouldn't do it. 8th could still get Europe. Yeah, so I mean, like Bournemouth will probably have something to play for till the end of the season too. But I guess you need the games to play out this week to work it out. Exactly who you bring in. But yeah. You need, basically, for me, there's two criteria for picking a player next week, right? I'll just go on fantasy again. You need to pick a player who's got a good fixture. So I look at teams who've got good fixtures. Leicester, Bournemouth, Man City have got Fulham, who are on the beach. West Ham have got Ipswich. Aston Villa have got Man United. Newcastle have got Everton. Arsenal have got Southampton. And Brentford have got Wolves. I would say Bournemouth, Man City, West Ham, Villa, Newcastle, and Arsenal and Brentford are the best fixtures. And then you have to evaluate which of those teams actually have something left to play for. So you've got players with a good fixture and then players for teams that have something to play for. That's where I would go with my transfers. And I think, depending on how it all plays out, I think Evan Nilsson's going to be a good move in. I think Haaland, any Man City kind of player you think will start, will be all right for 38. Any Aston Villa player will be all right. Newcastle players will be good. Arsenal players, I think possibly Saka is the best captain for Gameweek 38. I don't think I'd buy a West Ham player, just for the fact they don't have anything to play for. Bowen's a good option. I just wouldn't go anywhere near anyone else, though. You just don't know what's going to happen. Their season is wrapped up. They might just start their kids. You just don't know. And then Brentford might still have something left to play for as well. So they're going to be good. Like Sharda and Bumo Wissa, they'll be fine. So that's kind of my opinion on the players. That's my view on the players I would buy. I think I would buy Evan Nilsson over those two. It depends what your goals are, Roberto. But if you're looking to be a bit fun and different, I'd pick Evan Nilsson, I think. Does that make sense, what I just asked? What I just said? I think that would be my view. Pick players with good fixtures and pick players with something left to play for. That would be the two criteria I would say for picking a player. Rehan's got 3 free transfers. And one thing I would say is don't get carried away with your transfers either. I know you've got 3 and it feels horribly wrong to leave one spare. But if you've got a team you're happy with, don't make transfers for the sake of it. Do you think Flapianski is going to get a game? He probably plays Gameweek 38, doesn't he? People were saying he might play this week, which, well, I'll accept that because I've got Raya on the bench. What's your favourite FPL moment of the season? I think it's got to be the assistant manager, mate. It's got to be the assistant manager. I'll go back to it. Hang on. Gameweek history. Assistant manager. So yeah, I played it in 24. David Moyes, 22 points. Then it was active for 25. Emery for 14 points. And then active for 26. Glasner for 20 points. So yeah, I scored 54 points from my assistant manager this season. So I have to say that is my best moment. That is my best moment. It's over 3 weeks, but that is my best moment. I'm really pleased. The reason it's also my best moment is because I know it's luck, right? It could have gone very differently. But I said all along when I played that chip and talking about the chip, it has the potential, and that's why I don't really like it, because it has the potential to completely change the game. I think it's a game-breaking chip, and I don't like that. I think that puts too much uncertainty on the game. But with the way the table bonus worked, in my mind, you had to pick managers that could get the most table bonus in their games. That's how you had to use it, and you either get lucky with it, like I did, or you get unlucky. But the way it worked, you just had to chase the table bonus, and I'm pleased that I took my own advice, chased the table bonus, and it completely transformed my season. I think I'd probably be just inside the top 100k if it didn't go well, but I'm like close to the top 10k now as it has gone well. I do wonder if I can finish inside the top 10k this season. That'd be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. Possibly Adam. I just don't think it works as a chip though. I just don't think it works as a chip. I think you either sack it. My personal opinion, if I was running FPL, I would get rid of it entirely or have it as a permanent feature. I'd have it as a permanent feature. Sorry, Nixie, no quiz today. Like I said, I was really busy yesterday, and I got home really late, so I haven't had chance to make a quiz today. So we're just chatting, if that's all right. I haven't been able to do a quiz. Sorry about that. I'll ask one. How many clean sheets have there been so far this game week? Answer on a postcard. Yeah, how many clean sheets have there been? Let's have a look. We could all make up our own quiz questions. How about it? Thank you, Nixie. Sorry, man. I don't do this full time, so I'm trying. I'm trying my best. Lineup's out in 35 minutes. So we'll do Graham's question first. I'll pin him. So how many clean sheets have there been so far this game week? That's the quiz question. And then we'll do Roberto's next. How many Red Bulls has Jamie Vardy? The answer is 2. 2 clean sheets. Well, then everyone said 2. Villa and Chelsea kept a clean sheet. Next question from Roberto. Who scored? We'll replace the pin message with it. Who scored the final goal of 2024? Right, unpin that. Sorry, Graham. I'm unpinning your message to put in. Is your name Graham? I'm pretty sure it's Graham. Who scored the final goal of 2024? My guess is Lewis Dunk, but I'm not sure if it is. It is a good question. I'm going to guess Lewis Dunk. You can reveal the answer when you like. When you like, Roberto. I like that question from Andy. Is Lamptey Cortex ahead of his leg day? Got that right. Well done. We'll do Andy's question now. Thank you. You're doing my own quiz questions. I love it. There we go. We'll pin that one. One team this season fielded 10 players that have all scored a goal this season. Which team is it? Good to see you, Liam. Hope you're keeping well, my friend. I'll do one more quiz question, then we'll probably sign off if that's all right, because I've sort of run out of things to talk about, I'll be completely honest with you. There have only been 2 games this game week. And we'll do Thomas's question. I quite like Thomas's question. We'll do that one next. Feel free to chuck in the answer. I can't remember who asked the question. Andy, chuck in the answer when you feel appropriate. I don't know the answer, so hopefully you're still in the chat and haven't just left the stream. That would be annoying. It was Nottingham Forest. Well done. We'll do one more as well then. We'll do Thomas's question. How many players have scored 200 points this season, and who are they? You guys are asking better questions than me. Your questions are better than mine. How many players are currently at over 200 points, and who are they? Egyptian maths. Love it. I don't know if it's Egyptian maths, though, or an ancient civilizations maths. Oh, so I know, gee whiz. Yep. I think it's 2, and it's Salah and Mbumo. But I might be wrong. Is it 4 now? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Okay. I've seen the answer. I cheated. I'll reveal the answer. The answer is Salah, Mbumo, Palmer, and Isak. Wood is close. If Chris Wood gets 200, well, he will if he appears in the next 2 games. So well done everyone that said 4 in those 4. I think, ladies and gents, I don't have a whole lot more to talk about. So I might shoot off if that's all right. I'm going to go back home, see my family. Yeah, cheers, Roberto. I appreciate that. That was fun. I quite enjoyed that. What a nice way to spend a Sunday morning, eh? So yeah, I'm going to shoot home. I'll do the graphics for an Ultimate Guide video when I get home. Just a heads up, I think my videos this week are going to be a bit shorter than they have been previously because there's only one game week to talk about. So I would be surprised if any of my videos this week are over 10 minutes because, yeah, there's one game left to go. So I'll do an Ultimate Guide video. Usually my Ultimate Guide videos have like a... I do a 1 game week view of expected points and then like a 5 game week view. But we've got one game week left to go, right? So it's going to be a bit shorter. My transfer plans video on Monday will also be a bit shorter because, well, there's 1 transfer left to make. I'm still a little bit unsure as to what I'm going to do there. I'm thinking maybe Mbumo to Saka, maybe, but I'm not 100% sure. So anyway, that will come on Monday. Then we'll do a team selection in a deadline stream on the Sunday. But there's just less to talk about. So yeah, apologies if the content is a little bit shorter this week, but it's the nature, right? I'm not just going to grift minutes of content for the sake of it. So yeah. All right, I'll leave it there. Cheers for watching, everyone. Like I said, the video, when's the final kickoff today? Have a quick look. So yeah, video will be out 6:30 after the Arsenal-Newcastle game. So check out, stay tuned to the channel for that, and I'll see you all later.